Hey guys, I want to tell you about a sale we're fixing to do for Halloween. Starts Friday the 13th. We're going to be sending emails out to the dealers here very shortly. We've got some awesome little nano setups that we're going to be doing. The whole goal of this is to kind of get you guys to start turning tanks out. So our idea this week is to put tanks like this, get them aquascaped, get them set up like on the counter somewhere in the store, and offer an all-in-one, all-inclusive. You take the tank, they come in, they say, "Oh, that's really neat," and they take it home, set it up. It's already good to go. The fish, the shrimp, the whatever's in the tank is already ready to go. They take it home, fill it back up with water, and they're done. This is an easy way for you to make some extra money and turn kits real quick. They come in, they get inspired on how nice it looks, and your customers can take that right home and put it right on their desk or wherever, and they're good to go. So for this sale, we have put everything that you need to get this tank set up. Aquatop is working with us as far as doing some extra discounts, so we're passing those on to you. So all the different products that you need to get this set up and get it in your store, it is on sale for this sale. So make sure you check it out and take advantage of it. One other thing I want to show you before we get Mike in here to set this tank up. This is the new Carib Sea Supernatural. It's Midnight River. It is a really awesome substrate. You'll see here in just a second. It's like little mini beach pebbles. They're just a small size. I think they're great for little shrimp tanks or little nano tanks, but this is a really cool substrate that they have just released. So make sure you check it out. We've only got a little bit in stock, so if you want that one, you probably need to order pretty quick. So we're going to get Mike in here to set this up and show you how easy and how quick it can be to get something really nice set up on your counter and have a turnkey tank ready to go home with your customers.
Hey guys, Mike here, doing one of my favorite things, which is setting up a little tank. Many years ago, I worked in a retail store, and we always had something small and ready to set up and kind of move out on the counter. It was something that I really enjoyed setting up. It was something that the customers liked seeing rotate through, and it was a great way to highlight stuff that otherwise might get lost in the fish room, or just show what a fully complete, all set up, everything in it, components, fish, plants, setup looks like, so that before the fact. We never really put price stickers on them, but for the right customer, if somebody wanted it, we'd always be willing to come up with something and put it for sale. So we're doing this with a nice little 5-gallon GoPro from Aquatics. These are perfect size little tanks to set up on a desktop or set up on a store counter, anything like that. And super easy to pick up and take out. If a customer wants to buy it, you just drain the water a little bit down, and out you go, cash and carry. So I'm gonna be setting this up for dwarf shrimp, a couple other little fish, just a really simple aquascape. It's not something that's elaborate. I'm not an aquascape artist by any stretch, but we'll do something fun that's easy to set up that you can replicate in the store in no more than 20 minutes or so. All right, so we cleaned off the inside of the tank a little bit, wet down the outside. I'm going to add substrate, and this substrate is really cool. It's something new from Carib Sea, Midnight River gravel. I'm excited to see how this looks in a fully set up tank. So it's this really cool little pebble, kind of like mini river rocks. They're rounded edges. These would be great for like loaches and other stuff that likes to sift around in gravel, but don't necessarily like sharp, jagged edges. I think this will look really great with some bright colored shrimp. It's dark, and dark substrate makes a lot of colors pop on fish and inverts, so I think this will look really good for the colorful dwarf shrimp we're going to put in here. And it's pre-rinsed it, of course, but it's pretty clean. This is nice stuff. There's enough room in between these that I think plants will grow pretty decently in this. Not a specifically planted tank substrate, but I think they would manage to get their root systems down in between these pretty easily. And the 5-pound bag just about perfectly fills the 5-gallon tank. Got a couple pre-soaked pieces of the Malaysian driftwood that we sell. I just picked them at random, so nothing specific, nothing crazy looking. But this tank is vertically oriented. It's a little tall, so I wanted something kind of tall as well to fill the space. I don't know if this one's gonna fit, but let's see. Maybe not. Oh yeah, there we go. That's easy enough. That's a perfect centerpiece. Fits just right. That'll fill the tank up nicely. I don't like to do complex scapes. I'm not really an aquascaper. I know people can spend hours and days planning these out. I just like one good sized piece of driftwood, some stones, and that's it. And because I also know that store owners are very busy people and store employees never get time to actually sit down and do stuff like this, we got some instant gratification here, which is Anubias on driftwood. So this is already grown on the driftwood. It's rooted in nicely. It's a beautiful piece of Anubias. And then you get the plant part of a planted tank without actually having to grow it yourself. I don't know if this will fit, but we'll find somewhere where it can go. Even if it's just on the side like this. I like these Anubias on driftwood and all the plants that come in on driftwood because the driftwood is grown soaked from the supplier and the farm where it comes from. And I've had a couple of these that sprouted interesting little mosses and stuff over time. So I like the, if you keep that driftwood wet, it will generally grow some interesting stuff. Fun part of setting these little things up. And of course the customer, when they get home, they can rearrange it however they like, but they know the components already fit and they kind of have an idea of how it looks. So it's nice and easy, simple. We're gonna put some water in there and we're gonna put some livestock in. This is something that in your store, even being interrupted 20 times, you'll probably be able to get this done in like an hour. So if it helps sell one or two of these kits and moves as a setup, then great. That's well worth it.
Glass almost has like a not a full smoke effect, but
Yeah.
it really does have a slight smoke to it. Look at it.
Yeah, pull extra for higher ones. Aquascapers.
Escape fluffer.
Do I get one of those? And now for the fun part, livestock. These tanks are great for a variety of things, but obviously one of the bigger sellers in recent years in NANO aquarium hobby, and if you're a freshwater retailer, you should have these in stock, is red cherry shrimp and other dwarf shrimp, the Neocardiidas. These guys are super hardy, pretty colorful. People go absolutely nuts for them, and they sell in volume. So we always try to keep a good variety of dwarf shrimp in stock, and our red cherries are really nice quality. They're very consistent. They're big, so they're gonna look really nice in this tank. The red should contrast really nicely up against that dark substrate. I think those are gonna really glow in here. So I'm just putting a group of them in now. Yeah, they look really, really nice against that dark substrate once we get a light on this, and I'll let them settle a bit. That'll look really, really good. They're all clinging to the driftwood, doing their thing. Shrimp don't put out a ton of waste compared to fish of even the same size, so not too worried about overstocking or stocking density with these guys. They will reproduce, and you might have to remove some over time. But if you keep a couple fish in there that'll eat baby shrimp, then you're all set. That's crazy.
Which part?
It's showing up here.
Oh damn.
Alright, obviously our shrimp are doing so well here, they're reproducing in our tanks and even the specimen containers, so that's a good sign. We're doing something right. Another cool little invert that's great for a setup like this. I really love these guys. They're creepy and weird and not always the most visible. It's something you could easily lose in a fish room at the store, but they're called Thai micro spider crabs from Thailand, as you might assume. They're these little true freshwater crabs found in like rice fields and very shallow swamps all throughout Southeast Asia. But they're pretty cool looking little things. They're very shy. I've had them in tanks where I put them in, didn't see them for 6 months, and then one night, turn the light on and all of them were. So you may not see them much, but they're really cool and popular with freshwater hobbyists with nano tanks. They can be filter feeders, but they also will eat a variety of different sinking, really fine foods. So they'll eat pretty much whatever. And yeah, if you're a retailer and you got a strong freshwater customer base, you're selling plants and small aquarium kits like this, these are definitely the types of things you want to be keeping in stock and having a good variety of, because these are super popular and do great in little kits. So if you're selling tanks under 10 gallons, shrimp, crabs, a lot of the micro inverts and nano fish are where it's at with the market right now. That's super popular. They're really easy, low maintenance for the most part, and great margins on them. Right, let's see. And now for a bit of activity, we're gonna add some fish. One of my favorite nano fish. They're so cool. These are scarlet batis, Dario, native to India. They've been around in the hobby a long time, but you don't see them as much these days as you used to. They're kind of forgotten fish to some degree. I think they're spectacular. I've got 2 little pairs in there. The males might end up sparring, so I'm gonna have to separate them out in a tank this size, but they're great little fish, pretty easy to care for. The only kind of caveat with them, or tricky thing about them, is that they're a little territorial and they sometimes will require live food, so they're not always great at picking on food. I do have pretty good success getting them to eat some of the Sarah micro foods. They usually go for that stuff, but you may want to supplement with like brine shrimp, freshly hatched nauplii, or white worms, anything like that that's small and moves around. We try and give them at least 1 feeding of live foods a week. So there you are. Without overdoing it, we got a simple little tank. Nothing in here is crazy expensive, delicate, or difficult. This would be a really easy way to get somebody into the hobby, and something that you could literally just drain the water down, hand over to a customer, and they could take this home with them, start an aquarium.